Hi guys, this is Brian with Simple Homesteading, and I want to give you just a very quick update on our garden. The two things I want to talk about this evening are Blue Lake bush green beans and the Bonnie brand of plants that we've been growing in part of our garden today. So let's first start by talking about Blue Lake bush beans. These tend to be our favorite green bean that we purchase each year and plant, and we have a habit of planting two groups. We'll plant an early one just as soon as the weather is good and the chance of frost is gone. We might have a slight chance of frost, but we usually get those in the ground, and then they're all done and harvested by the end of June, and then about the beginning or middle July, we're ready to go ahead and put in a second planting. Now this year, we're going to probably put only in one box for a second planting because we didn't get all of our beans ate up last year that we canned. Now, let me just say something very quickly about Blue Lake. Because if you've never planted these before, or if you've planted them and you've had them in the ground and you kind of treat them like an ever-bearing strawberry plant, you're going to run into problems. Two things are going to happen. Number one, Blue Lake, or at least our experience has been, and as I've done research on the internet, it's kind of demonstrated that that experience is normal with other people, and it's meant to happen with the Blue Lake bean. But what's going to happen is you're going to get one really good production out of them. In other words, they're all going to flower at the same time. They're going to produce beans. You're going to have beans coming in for about a 3-week period, but then after that they're going to finish, and you might get some flowering, but you're not going to get a lot of flowering. Your beans might be small, they might be a little curly, they might be yellow. All of those are a problem of the fact that there aren't enough flowers, and so you don't get good germination. So if you're not in the habit of doing it, once you get that first set of beans that come in from your planting, what you need to do is, once it's been about 3-4 weeks max, and it seems to the flowers seem to be petering out, the plants seem to be petering out, go ahead, pull them. Don't waste any more energy out of your soil. Don't waste any more of your time. Don't waste any more watering. You're going to want to go ahead and pull those beans up and then prepare the soil, and then go ahead and put your second planting in if you want them, or put the ground to rest, put some good compost in it, and then what you'll end up doing is putting in maybe a late summer or fall crop. But again, once you get that first set of beans in, after they finish producing, don't waste your time. Go ahead and pull those. Now, very quickly, let's talk about the Bonnie brand of plants. At least here in the northern Ohio area, if you go to Walmart, you go to a big box store or something like that, more than likely you're going to see this brand of plant. Now, we have kind of divided our time up, or our energies and resources and investment, into two types of, or two brands of plants: Burpee and the Bonnie that we get in the area. But because we kind of got a late start on things this year, because of ministry issues or ministry circumstances and life circumstances, we didn't get things started inside by seed as early as we wanted. And so because of that, we had to take some things and buy them over the counter and plant them in our garden. And in the area, at least at our big box stores, the only thing that we have available is the Bonnie brand of plants. Now, I guess if we'd gone to a couple of other places, taken the time to maybe look a little bit more in a concerted effort, we might have been able to find something other than the Bonnie brand. But again, I'm just speaking from experience. Maybe you've had a different experience yourself, but I just want to quickly say that probably the last year that we're going to buy Bonnie. The germination rate just isn't as good. The fruit doesn't seem to bear as much fruit, or the quality of fruit isn't as good. And again, we put our we put our water out, our special water that we mix with the molasses and things, and a lot of other stuff we put in the garden. But again, just experience-wise, it doesn't seem to produce as well as the Burpee plants do. So from an endorsement standpoint, from my point of view, I would highly encourage you, try to skip the Bonnie, plant by seed early. Here, if you're in northern Cincinnati, start about February with those plants indoors. And if you have to buy over the counter, you know, maybe work to see if you can get something other than the Bonnie brand. Again, last year we're going to do this. We were really disappointed in how much fruit we got, how good the fruit was. And it's been our experience now at least 2 years in a row. I'd say it probably goes back farther than that, maybe 4 years, but just haven't been happy. And so no more. We're not going to buy these. We're going to try to be really good at getting things started inside by seed from Burpee, or by finding something else from an area nursery that is not this brand. Well, that's about all the update I have. I've got to go pull all of these bush beans out of here. We're going to only replant 1 box instead of all 3 boxes, and then I'm going to do another video on some of the stuff that we're going to be adding to the soil in order to try to improve it. If you do not compost, you cannot continue to grow things in boxes year after year after year and not put something back into the soil. So how do you do that? Well, we're going to talk about that in other videos. So I'm going to go ahead and let everybody go. Hope you have a great day, and hope you stay connected to Simple Homesteading. We'll see you. Bye-bye.